Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Transit Bus Show. This is a podcast which has been hosted under the Transit Initiative of our staff advisor, Dr. Anil Surve. A podcast where we uncover the stories, strategies, and secrets of extraordinary individuals who have carved their path to success. I'm Siddhi Zadav, your host for today, and I'm incredibly excited to introduce our guest, Shirin Mujawar. Shirin has achieved an incredible milestone by securing a role at ServiceNow with an outstanding package of 44 lakhs. Her journey is a shining example of determination, meticulous preparation, and relentless passion. In this episode, we'll dive deep into an inspiring journey, uncover her preparation strategies, and also gain some insights and advice from her. So, without further ado, let's get started. Shirin, welcome to the show. It's such an honor to have you over here.
Thanks.
So, let's begin by getting to know more about you. Can you share something about your background, your education?
Yeah, I come from Sangli and I have completed my BTech in CSE from Walchand College of Engineering, and I currently work as Associate Software Engineer at ServiceNow.
So, can you share something about what motivated you to pursue a role at such a prestigious company? Was there a specific moment or event that shaped your ambition?
So I did not specifically aim for any specific company. I was focused to find a place where I can grow. And talking about ServiceNow, the interview process was itself a great. And the more I got to know about ServiceNow, more I wanted to be part of it. So even though I did not decide anything to join any of the company, but I am really glad that I ended up in ServiceNow.
Okay, that's nice. So, as we know that every journey comes with its challenges. So, can you share some of the biggest hurdle that you have faced while preparing for this?
Yeah. So the biggest challenge I faced is, I would say, maintaining a consistency during my preparation. So what used to happen is I used to get overwhelmed by the vast number of concepts in DSA. And initially, I would practice intensively, but then I lose my momentum. So this used to happen a lot. And to overcome this, I prioritized my time and stopped wasting my time in unnecessary things. And also, if you really decide something in your mind, your actions starts defining your goal. And whenever I used to get demotivated, I always remembered that why I started this approach worked for me really well.
So, how did you prepare for it? Like, what were the resources or strategies that helped you prepare for the placement thing?
So, talking about preparations, first I started clearing my basics of DSA. Then, after clearing my basics, I started solving more and more problems on platforms like LeetCode, Codeforces. Also, along with this, I was preparing for computer fundamental subjects also. So, in your college second year, you have these subjects in your curriculum, but yeah, there are a lot of YouTube tutorials are also available for them. Also, you have to prepare some projects that you should mention in your resume. So, that is also one of the important things while during preparation.
So, as we know, as an engineering student, it's quite difficult to handle academics as well as social life, as well as coding daily. So, how did you manage your preparation for placement as well as academics?
Yeah, maintaining the academics and side by side doing preparation is like really difficult. But yeah, it's important to give time for placement preparation as well. One thing you can do is like you can start early uh, to focus both of them. But I started a little bit late. So what I did was I spent my weekends for placement preparation. I used to learn new concepts and start practicing problems on it during my weekends. Also, sometimes I revise fundamental subjects on weekends as well. And during my weekdays, I used to solve few of the coding problems. And during exams, I could not solve few problems also, but I made sure that I'm at least solving one problem a day during my exams.
So, if you had to give advice to the students who are currently in engineering, what advice would you give for balancing both academics and this?
I would definitely say start early And if you have not started early, then no need to get demotivated because of that. You just give your best, just take out the time for placement preparation and start prioritizing your preparation over the other things. That's all.
So, as you know that you are now part of ServiceNow, so can you walk us through the recruitment process, like how the thing happened and what types of questions were asked?
So there were two things: online assessment and interviews. So in online assessment, there were two questions. One question was related to string manipulation. It was a medium to hard level question, and another question was related to graphs. It was hard question. So that was about online assessment. After online assessment, I got email that I'm shortlisted for interviews, and my interviews were scheduled 10 days after online assessments. Um, so there were three rounds of interviews, and each round was eliminatory round. That if you are shortlisted in one round, then only you will get chance to sit in the next round. So, and talking about interviews, in the first round, that interviewer asked questions from almost all of the subjects. So first she started asking coding questions. So she asked two coding questions. I answered them. Then she asked questions related to computer fundamentals like object-oriented programming, DBMS, and OS. And then she asked me to give an overview of the projects that I have mentioned in my resume. Um, and this round lasted for 1 hour. And after this round, I got called for second round. So in second round, interview asked me again two coding questions, but these questions were like one question is medium to hard, and another question was a hard level question. So only two questions were asked in this round, and this round went a little bit more than 1 hour. So after this round, I got called for third interview. So third interview was um, like technical plus behavioral. Most of the questions the interview asked was from my projects, and yeah, there were some behavioral questions also. There were some questions to check if I know ServiceNow and what ServiceNow does. So that's about my interview rounds.
So, when you received the email that you have been selected, what was your first reaction?
After 1 day of interview, I received a email of selection. I was so happy. Like before interviews, I was not that confident that I will get selected. But after interviews, like I kind of know that I am gonna receive the selection email. So I was happy.
So, after the as you're done with the interview process, you might know that what skills or technologies are important. So can you recommend some of them?
So the most important skill I would say is definitely a problem solving. So you should be good at problem solving. Um, uh, then soft skills are also important, because because you should know how to explain your code to person. And then projects are also important. The projects you are mentioning in resume. If you have done some good projects, will make it will make you stand out from other candidates. I think these are the things.
So, as we know that there's always a debate about what should we start first. Should we start with BSc or should we start with development? So, what are your thoughts on that?
I think both of the things are like equally important. It really depends on the company you are applying for, because some companies ask DSA and some companies ask development. But most of the product based companies ask for DSA. And development part also you should know. So I was in my college time, I was more inclined on the side of DSA, and the development part I learned was from the projects we built during our college time. So that was it. I would say if you have less time and you are aiming for the product based company, then you should focus more on DSA. And development thing, you will anyways do while doing your projects, right? That's my point of view.
So now that you're working at ServiceNow, what excites you the most?
So ServiceNow is a product-based company, and it helps organizations to streamline their operations and automate their workflows, like these kind of things. ServiceNow's platform they offer as a product is like a continuously evolving platform. So yeah, great technology, great people who build such amazing solutions, and working with them is like itself an exciting thing for me.
So can you share some insights into your role and how it feels like working in the company and company's culture?
So I work as part of developers productivity team. It's an internal team, and we work to enhance productivity of developers in ServiceNow. And talking about company culture, like company culture is great at ServiceNow. Work life balance is great. Work place is great, and there are many benefits ServiceNow offers to their employees. Like some of the things I would like to mention are like, one is flexible work persona. So most of the employees in ServiceNow have a flexible work persona. That is, they require just 2 days in office, and rest of the days they can work from anywhere. So this is one thing. And another is like ServiceNow has 6 well-being days in year. So well-being days are nothing but the paid time off from the company to focus on employees' well-being. Yeah, so overall, work environment is also great, and also the people, right? So the work environment is defined by the people working there. So people are also really good, and they are helpful. They will always help you in your doubts, in your problems. They're so humble. So overall, working with ServiceNow is the best thing, I would say.
So now that you look back at your preparation journey, what are the things that you think would have done differently?
So as I mentioned earlier, I was not consistent. So I wish I had given coding contests regularly. And another thing I would say, in second year we have our computer fundamental subjects. So I wish I had prepared those subjects in second year itself, so that my preparation time would have been saved. So these two things, and yeah, also I wish I started my placement preparation early.
As we know that along with technical skills, soft skills are also important. So how did they play a role in your preparation?
So soft skills are also important, especially the communication skill, because if you know everything and you are not able to convey your thoughts to interviewer, it will affect your performance in interview, and it's not really a good thing. I have seen many exceptional coders struggling during interviews because they were not able to explain their code to interviewer. Even though they can even though they can write code very quickly and in optimized way. um, and in my opinion, communication is something which either you born with or you develop with it time. If you are not born with communication skill, you should develop it. And talking about myself, I come in second category. I'm not born with communication skills. I used to discuss questions with my friends, like the questions which may come up in interviews, like whether they're coding questions or computer fundamentals questions or behavioral questions. So I used to try to answer them like I'm answering an interview, kind of mock interview thing. So that helped me during my preparations. Also during interviews, interviewer check for teamwork thing as well, like if this candidate will be able to uh, fit in company culture or not. So this thing also they check, but for this you don't need to put extra efforts while doing your college projects or any of the projects. You will get acquainted by these things eventually.
So, what advice would you give for someone who wants to improve in this area?
So, as I said, for communication, one thing you can do is you can give mock interviews. You can discuss questions with your friends. You can try to answer that those questions like you're answering in interview. You can explain your code to your friends. And yeah, for teamwork, I would say, while doing projects, you should communicate openly with your team members. You should communicate about ideas, issues you are facing, conflicts you are having, if any. So I think this will work.
So, many students rely on platforms like LeetCode, CodeForces, and CodeChef. So, what are your thoughts on that? And would you recommend them to others?
So this lead code and code forces, these things like played like very important role in my placement preparations also. And yeah, I would definitely recommend them.
So, what does a typical day look like right now? And how has it changed since you were a student?
So a typical day, I would say, I get up, I go to office. Even though there are only 2 days that are mandatory, but I like to go to office 5 days. And after coming to my place, like uh, I do things what I like, whether watching movies or listening songs. Yeah, so this is a typical day. The things that changed are, and the things that changed are, I would say, the sense of responsibility, because you will be responsible for your work and you need to complete it within timelines. So this thing has changed as compared to when I was student. And also, when you start earning, you become independent, you feel good. So yeah, so these are the things.
What are your hobbies like? What do you do in your free time?
My hobby includes playing sitar. So at the time of placement preparations, I started learning this sitar, and whenever I felt like a little bit demotivated, I found out that playing sitar like gave me some strength. So I continued that, and I'm continuing that.
So, as we know that along with making new projects, CGPA is also important. So, what are your thoughts on that?
So CGPA is the thing like it's, I would say, company specific, because some companies have the CGPA criteria, while some companies do not. Um, on campus, you will face this CGPA thing. Like few companies will have CGPA criteria, so it's better to keep CGPA above 8 at least. But this doesn't mean that if you don't have that CGPA, then you're not going to get placement. You will definitely get placement if you have those skills and you have that knowledge. It just for a safer side. You should maintain your CGPA as well. Even if you don't have that CGPA, don't feel stressed or demotivated about it. Just keep putting efforts.
So, now we'd like to add a fun element in our podcast. So, first, we'll be starting with the rapid fire round. So, the first question, your favorite coding language?
C++,
One app you can't live without?
YouTube,
Morning or night person?
morning.
Best advice you've ever received?
कर्म करते रहो, फल की चिंता मत करो.
If not engineering, then what?
Nothing.
Favorite music artist?
Shreya Ghoshal.
Okay. So this was fun. Now we would like to move to the second round, which is a heads up round. In this, what will happen is we'll place the phone on our forehead, and Bollywood movies will be generated on the phone. Now the person who's opposite to me will guess the movie in the limited time. Then one who guesses more number of movies will win. So let's start with the game. So skip. Um, ये एटमॉस्फेयर आसमान, स्काई,
क्या होता है, मतलब
आइस,
ये क्या बदलते रहते हैं ये
मौसम,
हाँ हमेशा के लिए हमेशा के लिए बाय।
गुड बाय। गुड बाय
हम्म,
ना।
हम्म।
हाँ।
इसमें रणवीर सिंह, आलिया भट्ट है।
कि वो
उसके पहले की राप राप से रिलेटेड।
गली बॉय।
बार बार, दूसरी बार,
बार बार।
हिंदी वर्ड फॉर दैट, दूसरी बार।
दूसरी बार।
हम्म।
फिर से।
और
और स्किप कर।
ये तो कोविड के समय लगा था।
कोविड के समय।
हम्म।
और हिंट।
कोविड के समय क्या हुआ था, सब बंद हो गया था।
लॉकडाउन। क्वारंटाइन।
हाँ हाँ, पहले वाला।
लॉकडाउन।
लेकिन भारत में जो लगा था, इंग्लिश।
क्या लगा था? देश
हाँ, नाम मतलब नेशन का नाम और जो बोल।
इंडिया।
हाँ।
लॉकडाउन। अच्छा। हो गया।
नहीं है।
है वो है।
ये महाभारत में था। स्किप कर दो। जिसको कुछ, जो कोई काम का नहीं है, जो कोई काम का नहीं, हिंदी वर्ड है, जो कोई काम का नहीं, ऐसा पर्सन जो कोई काम का नहीं।
बेकार।
नहीं, और skip कर दो। इसमें इसमें अक्षय कुमार था। और ये
ओ ये पता थी मेरे को वो भी। सो नाउ योर टर्न। नहीं इसको ऊपर स्किप। ही भी नहीं स्किप। स्किप। इसमें ये अभिषेक बच्चन है। ये स्टॉक मार्केट एंड ऑल पे मूवी थी।
अम,
उस नाम उस
ये हर्षद मेहता, स्कैम 20।
हाँ उसका नाम क्या था?
स्कैम स्कैम कुछ तो था, स्कैम 2 था।
उसमें एक एनिमल का नाम इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ था।
एनिमल का नाम।
बी से। ओके स्किप। ओह हाँ ये एक हॉरर मूवी है जो सबसे बहुत फेमस है, हम बचपन में बहुत डरते थे इस मूवी से। वो घर लंदन में जाते रहने के लिए, घर में एक ईयर से है ना।
कौन है इसमें?
मेरे को एक्टर ईयर से मतलब अपना ईयर के से
1920।
स्किप। इसको क्या कहते हैं? स्किप। स्किप। हाँ ये अपना हम लोग जब भी इंडिपेंडेंस या ये होता है तभी हम गाना गाते हैं। कौन से गाने गाते हैं हम?
कौन से गाने गाते हैं?
हाँ।
तीन।
हाँ वो कौन से गाने हैं मतलब आप नाम ले सकते हैं।
देश की धरती, देश की धरती।
हाँ नहीं पता। स्किप। सेम फिर से ईयर वाली मूवी।
कौन सी? 1920।
करेक्ट। ओके सो नाउ वी आर डन विद दिस गेम। आपको गेम कैसी लगी?
इट वाज फन।
So, to end this podcast with a final question, what is the advice that you would like to give to the first or second year students?
I would definitely say start your placement preparations early. One thing I did was I started very late. As I said, it's better to start early. and try to maintain being consistent in placement preparations. Try to be consistent in giving coding contests. That will help you building your mindset. Also, I would say prepare those computer fundamental subjects in your second year itself. And even if you have not started early, and do not feel demotivated, um, because if you get demotivated, it won't help you in any way. So you should keep preparing even if you started late. And instead of focusing on a lot more things, just focus what is important and what is going to help you in your interviews or online assessments, and you're good to go. So now we would like to give you a token for being present today with us. Sharon, your story is not only inspiring but also packed with actionable insights. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us today. Thanks for having me. To our listeners, we hope this episode provided you with the motivation and guidance you needed to chase your dreams. If you like this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Transit Bus Show. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep transiting your limits.